Hey guys, welcome back to another how-to video. My name's Austin and you're on the Outshipping YouTube channel. Now in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to show you guys how you can restore your old chrome trim on an older vehicle in just a few easy steps. So let's get started. Alright, so looking over here on the workbench, this is our front bumper to our 1978 Jeep J10. And if you might notice, it looks a little bit short. That's because it's actually a three-piece bumper on this design. They also had some other wings over here. As you can see, it was covering up this area. And then they also do have some other bumper pieces that bolt on right here, just for a little bit added protection and design. So upon doing the lift kit on this J10, I went and removed the front bumper just to be able to sandblast all the brackets since they're all pretty rusty. You know, the hardware was getting rusty and loose. So I have it out here on the bench, which is a perfect time to be able to make these look pretty much brand new again. And it's a little bit easier doing it on the bench than it is on the vehicle. Now for polishing out this bumper, it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to get all the majority of the little scratches, all the rust marks out of here, but it won't be able to get some of the steeper stuff. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of a groove. It actually wore away some of the chrome down to bare metal where it's rusting. It might be able to fix that a little bit, but that's mostly from that bumper wing that was rubbing on here and just kind of rubbed away on the chrome, but we should be able to get everything else to come around pretty nicely. Now to start off, we want to clean this as much as we can, get any dust, get any grease, get any oils, anything off of here so that way we're not contaminating it when we're trying to buff this out. So to do that, I like to take some glass cleaner, take a microfiber towel and wipe the whole thing down, get it all pretty much clean. And then we're going to move on to our steel wool stage. So basically almost like wet sanding, you want to get this all wet down so that way our steel wool slides nicely and it's going to get all the deep water spots, deep stains out of it pretty much. You want to use a nice fine steel wool, don't use anything aggressive. You can use steel wool on glass for cleaning that, so if it can't scratch glass, it's not going to be able to scratch this chrome really. And once we get that all cleaned off, we're going to finish it off with this chrome and metal polish. I'll leave a link below where you can find this. I just got this off Amazon. It's made by 3M, so it should do pretty good. Now to show the difference before and after, I'm going to do one side of the bumper, tape it off in the middle, so that way we can really see the transformation. Alright, so we're going to get started over here on the right side. And first thing I'm going to do is just spray this down. Take our towel, clean it off the best we can for any surface dirt that's embedded onto it. Already it's looking a lot better. Now looking at the top side of the bumper, we do have some rust that's coming through. A little bit of pitting on that chrome. Hopefully we can get that all removed. Alright, so now we're going to start with the steel wool. This is really going to be the big transformation stage. It's going to get all that deep stuff out of there. So I'm going to lube this up once again. So I'm just going to start in little circles, keep moving my way slowly and trying to get this looking as best as I can. This is where spending some time in it is really going to show in the final result. You can see with all that oxidation over here in the end, it's just coming up nicely. That's actually removing that rust pretty nicely over here. Now if you do notice that the glass cleaner is getting pretty dirty on here, just wipe it down and reapply some glass cleaner. That way you can see what you're really pulling out of it. Alright, so wrapping up with the steel wool here. Just gonna spray it down and then just wipe it all clean. Get this all nice and dry, and then we're gonna move on to the polish. And already that looks 10 times better. Getting all that rust stains out of here. Alright, so our chrome piece is looking pretty nice, but if you look in it, there's still a lot of fine scratches, and it's not a perfect mirror like what we're going for. We're going to try and see if we can get that with some 3M polish right here. So I'm just going to take a little bit out, and they say a little goes a long way with this stuff, so we're just going to get a little bit on a rag and just start rubbing it in. And I'm just going to do circles on this and really work it into that metal. If it feels like it's getting a little bit dry, just put a little bit more in your rag and keep going with it. Alright, so I got everything rubbed in pretty good, all on this side. I'm going to take a clean spot on my rag and just wipe off all the extra compound on here. Then we'll see what results we get. Alright, take a look at that. I don't know about you, but that's looking a million times better. Now, it did take all the scratches out of it. That's because chrome is a really hard, metal surface. It's not like a clear coat on the car where you're able to cut down and get rid of those scratches. If you have some deeper scratches, it's going to be pretty much permanent on that chrome, but we can still make it come around good as long as they have a nice base that's not really scraped up too much. Unfortunately, like I said, I do have some deeper stuff right here that's not going to be able to come out, but not a big deal for me. I want this to look pretty good from 20 feet away, which I think it does. It actually does mirror pretty good compared to what it originally did. Alright, so I'm going to go off camera, finish up this other side to match that side. We'll see what it looks like all finished up on this piece. Alright, so I got that other side looking nice and good as well. I went and just sped it up a little bit. I used my little Milwaukee buffer right here, and this thing works well for these little projects as well as doing some other little buffing on your car in hard to reach areas, and really speeds up the process. So we got it looking pretty good now. Now, one thing I want to do is put a little bit of sealant on this bumper just to keep the rust away for a little bit, so that way all the little pitting and rust doesn't come back as fast. With this chrome polish, it didn't say that it's necessarily a sealant, but I want to do a little bit more protection, so that's what I'm using right here. This is going to be a Meguiar's Mirror Glaze Synthetic Sealant 2.0. I'm just going to put a little bit on a rag, rub it in here, and then it should give us a nice finished result. So I'm just going to rub this nicely into the bumper. This doesn't take too much at all, and then I'll wipe it clean with a dry rag, and then we're pretty much done. Alright, finished result on the bumper, and that is looking really good. This is going to be pretty much ready to throw on the Jeep. Now, if you did want to get any of these deep scratches that are down to the bare metal out, pretty much the chrome layer has worn off on that spot, and something like this, you would just have to get it stripped and re-chromed, but for my Jeep build, this is going to be good enough. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I'm pretty impressed with what you can do with old chrome and making it look brand new. And I'm definitely going to be doing that for all the little areas of chrome that are around this Jeep. So if you guys are wondering, this is pretty much going to be my process for that. Might be a little bit different on the aluminum grille, but we'll see when it comes to that. I might end up changing that out since it does have a little bit more damage to it. But as always, I'll post a link in the description below for all the products that I use in this, as well as that little Milwaukee buffer. I really like that for doing some small projects, especially like this. So if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the OutGP YouTube channel to help keep the how-to content coming. If you have any questions or comments, post them below and I'll be happy to answer. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.